I've really enjoyed watching our teachers work through the process of National Board Certification because I've seen them be challenged professionally and look for other opportunities to take on that will help them accomplish what it is they want to accomplish.
When that letter comes and you say that you've passed, you are thrilled beyond belief. But with that comes a great responsibility because you now have the charge of giving back, helping other teachers become the teacher that you know that they can be.
When I went through the process the first time, it was very much, what am I doing? And I had to kind of strive and think and process through the whole thing. But since that moment when I got the national boards, I realized I do so much every single day between what I want to learn next, the research that I do, the way I set up my classroom. It helps the students learn in so many different ways.
I always say that I put more work into National Board Certification than I did my graduate thesis, and it really made me hone in on how I can support and help kids. And having North Carolina recognize it has been amazing.
Three of the things that I look at when I'm as a coach, when I'm talking to teachers, I'm asking these questions. What do I need to do in order to help my students to be successful, to achieve? Why am I doing this process and how it is going to help me be a better teacher in reflecting on what I do, and how have my students progressed because I'm using reflective practices in my teaching.
It has a direct impact on student achievement because they're so laser focused on what they want to achieve, not only for themselves, but also for their children. Children benefit greatly, I feel, and I've had a lot of teachers who have gone through this process. The children really do benefit from being in a classroom where a teacher has gone through this process, and also when a teacher receives this certification. Takes them to a whole new level.
As they grow and reflect and evaluate why they do things the way they do, when they cross the finish line, they were great teachers before, they're absolutely fantastic once they cross the finish line because they've really had a chance to step back and evaluate and question why do I do what I do in the classroom.
I take such pride in seeing how much that they grow just from the struggles that they go through, because you go through a lot of struggles to get great results, and it is a struggling process, but it's such a rewarding process. And when they become certified, they come out of it different teachers from they went into it, and their emphasis is always now on how they can impact that student learning rather than what they're doing. It's like, what am I doing to help my students?
You change who you are. You become much more confident in who you are as a teacher, and people gravitate towards that. They want to know what you know, they want to know what you're doing, because at that point you are seen as the best of the best, and people want to know how and what you're doing in that classroom.
So once somebody earns the National Board label, other folks view them differently because I think there's an assumption, that this person really knows what he or she is doing, and so I think it's normal for them to kind of organically grow into those leadership roles. And I know I certainly look to my National Board teachers to assume some of those leadership roles.
Well, they're teacher leaders. Those are the ones that step up and are willing to support the PLTs as leaders, serve as department chairs, work with students, go the extra mile.
Over the 10 years that they hold their initial certification, they continue to push themselves, and then going through that a step of renewing gives them validation of the work that they're doing is important and that they are continuing to make a difference in the lives of students.